Hello everyone, this is Dumb Old Dad bringing you another video, and today I thought I would talk to you about Carnival Cruises. Now we have been on several Carnival Cruises now. We're not experts by any means, but we've been on several. I would say we've been on 4 Carnival Cruises, and 3 of those were to Catalina Island and Ensenada, Mexico from Long Beach. So I thought I would go through a few of the things that we have learned over the times that we have gone on those cruises down to Catalina Island. So if you are going on one of those cruises, you might want to listen to some of these tips and tricks that we have discovered while being on one of those cruises. So the first tip I thought I would talk about is the time that you get on the boat. Now, some of the times, I think they start at 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30 are the times that you can schedule to board the boat. Well, our first cruise, we decided, well, we've got to travel all the way down there. We're just going to get on the latest that we can. So we got on the boat around 4 o'clock. Well, at 4 o'clock, almost everybody was already on the boat. We got through the sections of the check-in and everything pretty quickly, but once we got on the boat, we discovered that almost everybody's there and they are already eating and they're already in their room. So what we did this very last time is we decided to use the 12:30 check-in time, and when we got there, there was no line, there was hardly anybody there yet, and we were on the boat before 12:30. We showed up even a little bit early thinking, we're gonna have to wait a little bit until we can get on. But we were on before then. And my son had actually bought the Faster to the Fun package. Well, we were on the boat just as fast as they were. We were able to get on and start eating at the same time that they would. The only thing they got different was they had a separate line, which if there was a long line, he probably would have got on quicker than we did, but because we were the first ones, we were on just the same time as he was. But the other thing is that their room was already prepared. So they had their key at the room, they could put the key in the door and drop off all their luggage. Now, if we didn't have Faster the Fun, we would have to roll our luggage around with us until our room was ready. And I think it was an hour, maybe an hour and a half later, our room was then ready and we could put our luggage in there. So you see a lot of people getting on the boat and going to eat, and they have all their luggage packed up around them. That's because they don't have Faster the Fun and they're waiting for the room to get unlocked and be prepared. So that is the benefit of having the Faster to the Fun. You get on the ship faster, your luggage gets delivered to your room faster, and your key is available for you. And when you're getting off, Faster to the Fun helps you get off a little bit faster. But when we, on the Catalina Island cruise, we discovered that we were off about the same speed as everybody else was. My son had Faster to the Fun, and we were able to get off, and we saw him, there wasn't really any delay. So I would say on maybe some of those bigger cruises to those bigger locations, it might be better to have Faster to the Fun, where the Catalina Island one, I don't see that you really would need the Faster to the Fun pack. Once you get on the boat, you put your luggage away, you should sit down and relax and enjoy your time. One of the things that you can do while you're waiting is to purchase the Bubbles package. You buy the drinks kind of in a big package. So if you drink pop or if you drink alcohol, you can pay for a package that gives you unlimited pop and alcohol. We don't drink, so ours would just be pop. So we have purchased the drink package before, and what I figured out was that if you drink 4 pops a day, it pays for itself. As soon as you get the 5th pop or soda, then it pays for itself. But as I was going through the days, I don't know whether it was worth it to me or not. I usually have juice, so I would have orange juice or pineapple juice or cranberry juice. and I didn't drink enough juice. I mean, I did have juice at dinner, and I usually had a juice at one of the events that we went to, but I don't know if I hit those 4 juices or 4 sodas a day. So maybe go on one and keep track of how many you're buying. And if you're not buying more than 4 sodas a day, then it is not worth it to get the Bubbles package. The other thing that we did that I tried out at Catalina Island was you can go and just rent a boat, and it sits 6 people. It was only $70, so I thought, hey, let's give it a try. I know how to drive a boat. There's no canopy over it. There's nothing special about it. It is just 6 seats and a motor with a steering wheel. But we took it out onto the ocean and we drove around a little bit. We saw a couple of, there weren't dolphins, but there were sea lions out there. And we saw some fish, and we kind of just drove up the coast and down the coast. We rented it for about an hour, and we took some really cool pictures. We drove around where I know that they were looking down into the water to see some of the fish in the water. So for $70 for 6 people, it was very cheap. But you've got to be ready to, be out in the sun, be out in the wind. If the waves are big, it's probably, I don't know if it would make you sick, but we went on a very calm day, so it worked out really great. We had a great time. We spent an hour, and in about an hour, we were like, okay, we're done. That was kind of a fun trip, but we're done. Then we went shopping after that. So if you want to, you can try the rent a boat. At Ensenada, we have done a few things at Ensenada. We have gone to a beach. We have gone to a Zipline. We have gone to the Bufadora. We've gone downtown for shopping. And I think now 2 times in a row we've decided we're going to go to the Zipline because it's so much fun. And then we're going to go to the Bufadora. Now, we didn't know it the first time, but at the Bufadora, there's a huge section of stores where you can go and shop, and they have all sorts of stuff. They have leather goods, they have shirts and hats and ponchos, and they have food, and they have shoes and little trinkets and gadgets and things to play with. So we've decided that's where we would go shopping. But if you go downtown, there's some good shopping as well, and there's a wide variety of things downtown in Ensenada. But we liked going to the Zipline, and the Zipline is fairly close to the Bufadora. So you buy the package to the Zipline, and you get the Bufadora too, and the shopping there, and then they bring you back to the ship. The Zipline, I thought I would tell you a little bit. It is a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work. You get to zip along, and you get to float in the air, and that's really fun, but they have several bridges. I would guess maybe 5 bridges, and they're not easy. They're super hard because you're very uneasy, and so as you're going across these bridges, you're using all your muscles and your stomach and your legs and your arms to try and hold you up on these bridges. They're not easy bridges to walk across. So if you have a hard time with heights, if you have a hard time with bridges, if you have a hard time even hiking, there's some hiking involved with the zip line. So if you don't walk very well, or you have trouble walking or hiking, these bridges would be way too hard for you. And even just walking up and down the hills and not going on the bridges is still a workout. About halfway through, we sit down and take a break because it is pretty difficult. And maybe they would tell you if you got there, like, this may not be for you. But the zip lines are a lot of fun. You go flying through the air. It is super. It is really, really fun. Here's another thing that we found this very last time. We didn't even know existed the times that we had gone on Carnival Cruises before. But the one that we went on, the Catalina Ensenada, there was a table entertainer. What is a table entertainer? Well, in our case, it happened to be a magician. So a magician came to our table and he did a magic trick for us. And we loved him so much. It was so much fun. We asked him to come to our table every single time. So when you get on your cruise and you go to the dining area, you might ask to see if there are any table entertainers. Now, I would suggest that when he is done entertaining, maybe give him a few dollars for coming to your table, and maybe invite him back every time if he is a lot of fun. Ours was. Another tip for you is that when you first get on your boat, you will be tempted to go and start looking at everything, going to every floor and every deck and go up to the top, up to the bottom, clear to the back, clear to the front. But what I would probably recommend is you wait until your day at sea to explore the ship. So I wouldn't go clear to the front and clear to the back and clear to the top and clear to the bottom. I would wait till your fun day at sea, and then use that to do all of your exploring, because you are on the ship all day. So from the morning till night, you are on the boat or on the ship all day. So use that time to be on the ship to do all of those things. So there's mini golf, there's pool table, there's a chess set, there's ping pong, there's all sorts of these other things. Don't get bored of those things right off the bat. The first day, don't get bored of those things. So go do the other activities that you can do. And then on your day at sea, those are the days you can go and do the mini golf and do these other things. Now, you will also be tempted because nobody else is going to be doing those things on the other days. And the day at sea, that's when everybody's trying to find something to do while on the boat. So it may be more people will be at ping pong and more people will be doing the miniature golf and those things. So be careful of that as well. There is a main deck on the Carnival Cruise line when you go down to Ensenada and to Catalina Island. And that is where the main pool is, and that is where all the main events are. But there is also a section for adults only in the back of the boat. So if you go to the very back of the boat, and I think down one level from the Lido deck, there's a spot back there that is for adults. And it's usually, they're still playing some music, but it's usually much quieter than on deck when they've got microphones and they have music going and people and everything and kids screaming. So if you're looking to relax, then don't stay on the Lido deck. Go to the adults only section in the back of the boat, and there you can relax and you can hear. Now, one day we were on the cruise, it was overcast, and so the boat has to sound its horn so often. And so all the people up there, I mean, it is blaring loud, this foghorn. Well, we were trying to figure out where can we go, so we finally went back to this adults only section, and then you could barely hear the horn going off. So if you want peace and quiet, there's even a couple of hot tubs back there. Go and relax in the back. They have a covered patio section too, so if you don't want to be in the sun, that's okay too. And enjoy yourself in that back adult section.